This is Julia with iCadenza, and I'm here with soprano Amy Burton, who has graciously agreed to give us a few minutes of her time. So hello.
Hello.
My first question for you is, we are currently at Songfest, which is a wonderful program for young artists.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me about your decision to come here to teach?
Oh, well, this is my third season here, and it's pretty much my favorite time of the year because of the quality of the singers and the quality of the work. And there's just nothing like it in the rest of my year. I think it's a very special place.
Now, you have had such an incredible career singing on the stages of some of the preeminent opera houses in the world, including the Metropolitan Opera.
Mm-hmm.
How would you compare singing opera to singing song, which you've also done quite a bit?
Well, obviously the scale is different. When you sing song, the scale is much more intimate, smaller, but the art form is really the same in the sense that you're still dealing with text and character and vocalism. I guess you can probably sing something bigger in the opera house or something more softly in the recital hall. And of course, you do more physical acting in the opera house because you're actually dressed in as a particular character, whatever. But it's still connecting with people. Perhaps more connecting with the audience or the characters that are sort of within you, as opposed to real people dressed up as other characters. I actually really love the acting part of it. That's my favorite part of it, even though, of course, I love to sing. So for me, the opera is a big thrill. But now I'm doing more concerts, really. It's just the way things are right now. I'm doing more concert work, and I love taking everything I've learned from the opera stage about acting and creating a kind of a theatrical event in a recital.
What inspires you as you progress with this career? Have there been any big turning points for you in your career?
Well, there have been so many turning points. I think I'm very inspired by my colleagues, and certainly that's a part of being at Songfest is being inspired by some of the great people that have teaching here, the great interpreters, Graham Johnson, Martin Katz, Lisa Safer is here this year, who's somebody that I've shared the stage with many times, and now we're teaching side by side as well as singing side by side. So I'm very inspired by my colleagues and their artistry and their work. That's what's inspiring me right now, but there have been turning points along the way. When I started doing more recital work in addition to opera, that was a big moment for me because it was something I felt a lot of opera singers, young singers, they need to go for the opera track in order to make a living and get exposure, get management, etc. It's very hard to make a career just doing recitals. Some people have done it, but it's very hard. So Songfest is so wonderful because it's all devoted to song, the art of song, and in some ways I feel that song and the recital sort of need protecting and encouraging and developing. So it's just being here is inspiring, and sort of seeing that flame and that fire light up in these young artists, that inspires me.
And is there any advice that you would give young artists that are aspiring for a career in the opera stage? Well, there's so much advice. That's why I'm here for almost for 2.5 weeks. I guess you really, aside from all the vocal things you need to do, your preparation with languages are so important. Acting skills, listening, that's really important. Listening to other people, the people who are on stage with you. And if you're on stage alone, for a recital, you're not alone. There's the piano, who is your dancing partner. So you have to listen to the music and be inspired by that. And it's a back and forth. I'm very fortunate because the accompanist I work with most often is my husband, John Musto, and he's written lots of wonderful songs, many of them for me. And we have a very sort of Fred and Ginger kind of rapport on stage. It's a very special thing. But I think if you have your ears open and your radar engaged, whether you're on the opera stage or whether you're in a recital setting, listening is really the key to worlds opening.
And what is it like singing a song that was composed by your husband, especially when it was composed for you? Does that raise the stakes in a different kind of way?
Well, when I've recorded John's music, that raises the stakes a lot for me, because I feel that since he wrote them for me, people are going to perhaps look at me as the ideal interpreter, which is not always the case. Sometimes some people have brought things out of his music that I didn't, or there's always new insights. Or voices more, younger and more agile, that can do things that are not so easy anymore because I'm a little bit older. But I love singing music he's written for me. It's sort of like wearing a fabulous dress that's been made for you. He knows my voice so well. We've been married for 25 years. He's been writing me music for more than 25 years. That's how he sort of got me in the first place.
Tricks of the trade.
But sure, singing music that he wrote for me, he tells me even when he's not writing music for me, he still has my voice in his head, which is very sweet. So it's a privilege is what it is. It is a thrill and a privilege and a responsibility too. So.
Well, you are such an incredible power couple.
I don't know about that.
I think that's true. Well, thank you so much for your time. We're so looking forward to your performance tonight.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also looking forward to hearing these wonderful kids because they've been working so hard all week. So,
Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.